Dabba-dane, dizzy win. Humility. Dabba-dane, dizzy win. What does humility mean? In our way, or whatever you want to call it, in the Anishinaabe teachings, what am I doing? I just jumped right in. I didn't even introduce the show. Hey, BOOZHOO, welcome back. Today, I would like to talk about one of the 7 Anishinaabe teachings, what we call the grandfather teachings. These are the 7, or this is one of the 7 Anishinaabe values. Dabba-dane, dizzy win. Dabba-dane, dizzy win. And it means humility. And the animal that represents humility in our way is the ma'ingan, the wolf. Dabba-dane, dizzy win. One must always have humility. You should be humble. But what does that mean? I don't think it means that you don't appreciate yourself. I don't think being humble means, oh, I suck. If I think I'm all that, then that's pride. So don't have pride. Therefore, you should be ashamed. Dabba-dane, dizzy win is humility, but humility isn't shame. Shame is when you did something bad. You shouldn't have pride in, you shouldn't be proudful or prideful, like, oh, I'm the best. But what is humility? I guess I started this show thinking I was going to tell you what it was, but I'm not even sure I know. I know that when people are truly great at stuff, they usually have humility. They're always like, oh, I'm not. I'm nothing special. Is that true? No, that's not even true anymore. I remember when I was a kid, Muhammad Ali. There's a nice Muslim name. Muhammad Ali. He was the greatest boxer of all time. And he would say, I am the greatest. I'll float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. And this guy, he was great. I think Mike Tyson was kind of like Muhammad Ali. But otherwise, the thing about Muhammad Ali was that the time he came out, there was only 3 TV stations. And so he was kind of a national hero, a national treasure. And he came out during a political time. But you know what? I don't know. As a kid who didn't really follow boxing, I knew Muhammad Ali and I liked him. He was always on TV and that. But history kind of always brings up the fact that he protested the Vietnam War and that he wouldn't go to Vietnam or something. But I don't know if that was such a big part of his life after all. I never did see that Muhammad Ali movie with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The Fresh Prince. What's his name? Will Smith. And he has a daughter. So, I'll call her Willow. Name her after myself. What's his son's name? So I was dressing him up like a girl. Jada Pinkett Smith. Pinkett. How come Jada Pinkett Smith didn't change her name? What, she was so famous she couldn't, we wouldn't know that she was, Will Smith's wife was Jada Pinkett? I had no idea. Jada Pinkett, the famous actress or whatever. Jada Pinkett Smith. What was the boy's name? You got your Willow, your Jada, and a kid. You know what? I'm glad I don't know his name. These are weird times to be famous. Like I was thinking about Kanye West. He's going to run for president. And it's like, yeah, okay. Kanye West. And every once in a while you hear someone say, oh, I like his music. It's like, can you name a Kanye West song? I don't know if I've ever actually heard him sing. Does he sing or rap? I don't even know. You can't be a big star and have average Joe Blow on the street never not be able to name one of your songs. Like at least back in the day, Michael Jackson, even people who hated him could name Beat It. Cause it's a thriller night. La 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 la. Yeah, I don't think history is gonna view Michael Jackson as anything more than his controversies. You know, it's not like the history books are going to talk about, well, there was Mozart, and then there was the Beatles, and Elvis Presley, and, you know, yeah, record sales during a time of music videos in the 80s made him financially significant, but as an artist and throughout history, no one's going to be listening to Michael Jackson music in 100 years. What will they be listening to in 100 years? You know, it's hard to tell. Like everybody still likes, what are some of the oldest songs people still listen to? Well, how about Amazing Grace? Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. That's got to be 100 years old. 200 years old? I don't know. 500 years old? That's an old song that they will sing forever. You know, classical music like bum 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 bum, bum 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 bum, bum 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 bum. That lasts because it's universal. It touches something. What else lasts? You know, the guitar music, the blues, and rock and roll will definitely be a historical thing that they will probably always listen to. You know, the early, I don't know if they will. Maybe, I'd like to think people will listen to Elvis Presley forever. I mean, yeah, Kiss will go on forever. The kids will still be listening to rock and roll all night, party every day in the year 2120. In 100 years, what songs will people remember from this time? I wonder if we'll still be here in 100 years. I mean, I won't. I'll be dead. I hope. I don't want to. Well, I don't know. I mean, assuming that people still age normally, you know, by the time I'm 100, that's really old. You tack on another 50 years and yikes. All right, what am I talking about? Dabadane dizzy win. Humility. I think what it means is to have a certain kind of humble respect for everything. You can't respect other things as being awesome if you have no humility. You know, when I see a Michelangelo sculpture like Pieta, not like the statue. Okay, here's something. The statue of David. Oh, wait, let me finish this thought. Humility is being humble enough to be in awe of amazing things. Like Michelangelo's Pieta. It is so beautiful on every level. It is breathtaking. When you have that attitude of awe, wonder, gratitude, that is humility. That is recognizing the greatness in the world and others and God, you know. To not have that is the opposite of humility, and that is pride. That is thinking you're the best and that everything kind of sucks. So, in the sense of humility, you know what I think has a lot of humility? Paul Bunyan. Paul Bunyan is a greater sculpture than anything Michelangelo ever did, especially that statue of David. Number one, as a piece of art, the statue of David elicits one thought in everybody every time you say it. You can't not think about his junk. It's just gross. All the kids notice it immediately. I remember when I was a kid, my parents had some rich friends in Minneapolis, Ray and Lydia. And okay, here's another tangent. Ray and Lydia pertinent. You know those what do they call them? Where you get your candy, you put your money in and the candy drops down. The vending machine, I guess. Ray Pertinent invented that. He was an engineer, the little twirly thing. Before that, they had a different kind of machine. But he worked for a company that made those vending machines, and he designed, like with blueprints and that those vending machines that would, where your candy gets trapped in there. And that made him a wealthy man. And he was at the hospital with my dad when I was born. And so he became a family friend. And every once in a while we'd go and visit Ray and Lydia. And they had a statue of David in their house. They were so rich. And so you'd walk in there, and the whole weekend you'd walk by the statue and be like, oh geez, there's that thing again. And you can't, especially as a little kid from LaPorte, and you're like, all the statues ever made, why did they have one of a naked man right in the living room? So, but then you grow up and people tell you, no, it's beautiful. The male form is beautiful. It's like, well, yeah, but they couldn't put a pair of shorts on that guy. But then Paul Bunyan comes along, right? And everyone thinks he's a big joke. Oh, you can't even compare. But I was looking at a picture of a buddy of mine, and he was down in Brainerd, and he brought his family out to the I don't know, where they had a Paul Bunyan statue there. And the whole family's like hanging on this Paul Bunyan. And they were taking pictures. And I wondered, man, that statue, if you walked by the statue of David, you wouldn't even take a picture. You go, well, if I want to see a picture, I can just look it up online. And you certainly wouldn't let your kids hang off of them. But if you're in Brainerd and you walk by a little statue of Paul Bunyan, everybody's talking, hey, come over here. Let's go take a picture with this thing. That's some good art. Paul Bunyan. Makes you think. Who was he really? Did giants actually exist? This Paul Bunyan here is quite a bit smaller than the one in Bemidji. What is a blue ox? It makes you think. That is why Paul Bunyan is a great piece of art that will live on. See, in 100 years, nobody's going to be watching music videos from the 80s. But they will be taking pictures of themselves and their kids next to that Paul Bunyan statue. Especially the one in Bemidji. We have the best one, you guys. I'm sorry, but it's true. When people think of Paul Bunyan, they think of the one in Bemidji. But there's a lot of Paul Bunyan statues. Every one is better than the Michelangelo's statue of David. There, I said it. If you don't like it, well, you're probably right. Because I have the humility to recognize that. After all, Maybe when they carve Paul Bunyan out of marble, then I can say this. Anyway, who cares? All right, that's been a long time. Thank you for watching. BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am NANABOOZHOO, and I suspect sometimes that Brandy Marie is the only one who watches all the way to the endings of these things. Miigwech, Ganawabi Egg. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again. GOFUNDME, Minawa, Hawa. Paul Bunyan. Hey everybody, if you'd like to support the show, we do accept tips.
Yeah,
Just click the link to PayPal. And if you'd like to support us monthly, sign up on Patreon. And if you sign up on Patreon, you will get a copy of Like Snow on Skin. It's a BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO coffee table book, and what it is a quick reference guide to a lot of handy Ojibwe language phrases and terms. It's not a dictionary by any means, but it has a lot of fun. You know, like here are all the animals and numbers and months of the year. And there's also stories, Ojibwe stories that were told on the show. So sign up on Patreon. $10 a month will get you this. $5 a month will get you a cartoon like you see on the walls. And otherwise, just want to say Miigwech, Ganawabi Egg. Thank you for watching BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO. And I will see you again.
GOFUNDME,
Minawa.
Minawa.
Na na na. All right. Now that I got that out of the way, let me get some coffee.
Some makere mashkiki wabu.
La la la.
Na na na.
Drinking a muckety
They're like
mushki.
old man grunts.